So let's stick with the question, what is literature? Okay, and maybe we should approach it from a different standpoint by asking what kinds of genres do qualify as literature. I mean, we all would agree that a film is not literature, but a novel is. What about a musical? Well, certainly not. But what about the libretto? Okay, I mean, Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats has been used for Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats musical. So the thing that's underneath is literature, but you see the problem here. Classically speaking, okay, traditionally speaking, these three genres qualify as literature. Poetry, drama, and prose novels, whatever. But is there more to it? And look at that. What about songs? I mean, we know that most medieval poems were sung. So are they in songs and not literature, or Shakespeare's sonnets even? I mean, most of them were sung, can be sure. Yeah? Libretti just talked about that. Wagner's libretto to The Ring, for example, something like that. What about biography or autobiography? Life of Johnson, Boswell, biography. Well, literature, I would say yes. Okay. Pepys' diaries. Okay. St. Augustine's Confessions. I mean, you see, it's certainly not clear whether these qualify as literature or not. I would say they do. Historical writing, oh yes. The decline and fall of the Roman Empire. Here you go. Speeches. Sermons. I mean, Chaucer includes sermons in his Canterbury Tales, and Canterbury Tales are certainly literature, so what about sermons? What about the Bible? Is it only salvation history, or is it one of the greatest works of literature? I would say it's the latter. But here we go. So you see the problem here. What genres? Even scientific writing. Darwin's The Origin of Species. Well, certainly a scientific book. But then again, I think an incredible piece of literature. Let's probably ask those who should know. The Nobel Committee for Literature at the Swedish Academy. I mean, these are those that pick the Nobel Prize winner for literature. Okay. You see the old gentleman sitting there. I mean, maybe most of them gentlemen, by the way. Oh, that's a woman. Oh, that's another one. Yeah, okay. Anyway, and here, Winston Churchill, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1953. And let's have a look for what he got this Nobel Prize. So what were his literary achievements? And I gleaned that directly from the Nobel Prize Committee. Well, they say, Winston Churchill, one of the 20th century's most prominent statesmen, also left behind a large body of writing. His works include an autobiography, in which he describes his adventurous years as an officer and war correspondent, a comprehensive biography of his ancestor, the first Duke of Marlborough, and a multi-volume work about the First and Second World Wars. The books are characterized by colorful narration, but also by objectivity. Churchill's magnificent and epoch-making speeches during World War II also belong to his most important writing. We fight them on the beaches and so on. But look at that. Nothing of that would classically qualify as literature. Autobiography? There we go. Comprehensive biography of the Duke of Marlborough. A history about the First and Second World Wars, and speeches. Come on. Importantly, they also speak about objectivity. So, does literature have to be objective? Well, far from it. Okay, Isn't it fiction? And does fiction have to be objective? All right. So you see the problem here. And there's another one. Take him. Bob Dylan. Great rock musician, by the way, I think, yes. Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016. And once again, same source. What did they write about him? Bob Dylan's songs are rooted in the rich tradition of American folk music and are influenced by the periods of modernism and the beatnik movement. Ginsberg, Kerouac, and so on. Early on, Dylan's lyrics incorporated social struggles and political protest. Love and religion are other important themes in his songs. His writing is often characterized by refined rhymes, and it paints surprising, sometimes surreal imagery. Since his debut in 1962, he has repeatedly reinvented his songs and music. He has also written prose, including his memoirs, Chronicles. Songs, American folk music, political protest, memoirs. Again, traditionally speaking, not literature. Okay, you see the problem here. So by adhering to the traditional genres, drama, poetry, prose, we would exclude a lot which has been regarded as literature. Okay. So this brings us back when I say, literature is books, novels, poetry, Shakespeare drama, and so on. And this brings us to this sort of middle class notion of serious literature. Literature is something serious, worthwhile. And this time I mean middle class, very derogatory, pejorative. I don't know. You see those people here. Of course, this is staged, but displaying their erudition, okay, by showing the covers of the books they read. Ever traveled on London Underground? Seeing those people sitting there and ostentatiously reading Charles Dickens, so for everybody to see. This is doubtful as well, okay? And this brings us to something like, what is serious literature? Serious literature, what is it? And I just took that from the net, something that delves into the complexity of the human condition. Now, human condition is a very nice moniker for something which concerns everybody. The human condition, timeless. Sounds great. Okay. Whether it is, we will find out later on, probably. Or that one here. On what grounds are we to select? This here, works that contain significant values to be studied. Another definition. Works that contain significant values to be studied. Who does that? Who selects those works? Somebody has to. Okay. And this brings us to our next big topic, which I would like to discuss in the next installment. And this is canon formation. Canon formation, and the canon as the sort of corpus, big collection of literary pieces deemed by somebody worth studying, worth reading. Okay. We will take it from here.